farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short-line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. We up our game. We outpace the competition. Keep you ahead of adversity. We keep you equipped and bring you solutions that hit close to home. Channel leads the field so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
For 75 years, Corner Drug has been your trusted Health Mart pharmacy in Wapaton. As the prescription specialist, we're dedicated to your health. We provide immunizations to keep you safe, along with Health Pack compliance packaging for easy medication management. Plus, our medication synchronization ensures all your prescriptions are ready when you need them. Experience personalized care and expertise at Corner Drug, where your health is our priority.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their number one goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
What would you do?
Abby Johnson with the home run, just about to stray away center field.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Giants Let me start that one over.
Wow.
Take two.
Wow.
Welcome, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show. And it's presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28, our own dedicated cable channel on Red River Communications. Again, the Giants Coaches Show. And welcome, everybody, on a cold, chilly January evening to the Three Borders Sports Network studio. My name is Joe Schreiner. The man behind the curtain is Brian Watson. B-Dub, good evening, sir.
Now, can we just say that we started right at 7 o'clock?
Okay.
I did have one issue before we started, but again, I'm gonna blame that on him.
Okay.
But he can't say that we're not going right on time today. Just saying.
My mom didn't text me, so we must.
I know. I told you I didn't want her texting and saying, "Well, what's going on down there? How come you guys aren't going right now?"
Yeah.
We're going.
We're
live.
on.
We're live. Here we go. Let's
We're
do
hot.
it. Let's get her done.
Okay, let's get her done. Again, welcome everybody. A cold, chilly January evening. It's basketball season. We're more than halfway through on some of these teams there too, B-Dub. It's going fast, man.
The season's almost over. I looked at our schedule today, and we've got only 2 home games left, which I think is just crazy.
That is crazy.
With as much of the season that's left, we only have two home games left. So,
wow.
I mean, it's flying by pretty fast. So,
And I don't have the full schedule for the boys yet, but Jeff probably knows it off the top of his head. But you're more than halfway through too, aren't you?
he's got a lot of home
We're at
games
8.
left.
We're at 9 games, so
Yeah.
we're just right at getting to the midway point.
Yeah.
We got 2 home games this weekend: Kildare and Beulah this
Right.
Yeah,
weekend.
that's right.
Right.
We got a few left.
Yeah.
Got to give a quick shout out to my sister-in-law down in Kansas City. She's tuned in and watching. She's complaining that it's 31 degrees down there.
We don't want to talk about that.
So
Is she a Chiefs fan?
Oh, absolutely. She's a transplant Chiefs
Whatever.
fan.
Whatever.
Yep.
Is she watching this show?
Yeah, she's watching tonight. I got the text message a little while ago.
I
yeah.
don't think she should be a Chiefs fan, especially if she's a transplant.
Well, and you probably don't know this, Patrice, but Brian is a Steeler fan, so
Correct.
that's why he's
Correct, that's why.
anti-Chiefs. Yeah.
They make the playoffs?
Just
Yes,
one game.
They
one
did
and done.
make, they did make the playoffs.
Just
Yeah.
like the Vikings, yeah.
They score more points in the playoffs than the Vikings, though. So we can go there. I got receipts.
All right, let's get on with it here. We got head coach of the Wahpeton Huskies boys basketball squad. That's Jeff Ralph. And Jeff, thanks for coming in on a chilly night. Appreciate you coming in.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
Enjoy
appreciate
coming
it.
in.
All right, I think since the last time we talked, I don't think we met because Brian had a park board meeting that night, but you had a nice win against Oak Grove. If we go back a little ways, back to January 14th, you had a nice win against Oak Grove.
We did a nice home win.
A region win,
A
plus.
Region 1 win, which is huge.
Yep.
And, you know, one of those nights where everything we put in the air went in. I
Yeah.
think we shot like 61% for the game, which is unbelievable when you think about, and you look at comparing teams or whatever, and Oak Grove, you know, beat Central Cass, who beat us. But, you know, it was just one of those nights where we got rolling, our press worked well, and our offense was just rolling. I mean, we had Braden Steffens had a huge night, had 28, and, you know, I think we had 3 other guys in double figures. So, you know, just a big night for everybody, and we shot it great, which, you know, shooting it good really cures a lot of bad things that can happen in a game. So, big win, big Region 1 win against a team that's, I think, is going to be really good next year. They're on the edge,
yeah,
but they're
that's not a
still,
bad
I think,
little
a year
squad,
away.
yeah.
They're a little young.
Yep.
Their point guard's pretty good. He's only a sophomore, and they got a couple other young kids too. A good shooter that's a sophomore. So, a good win and a team that's going to be pretty good coming up.
All right. Then after that, then of course you had the little bit of a break, but then you had Breckenridge on Saturday in the annual border battle, and I think I said it was going to go down in the history books as one of the best ones in a long time. Anyway, a double overtime loss for the Huskies, but the boys played well on the big court, and it was as expected, I guess, is what I thought. I thought it would be a close game. A lot of people I talked to thought it would be a close game. Your thoughts here on the game itself?
Well, I thought it would too. I mean, I never expected us to shoot so poorly. You know,
yeah, you were looking at some of the stats
you got to
earlier.
give credit to their defense. I mean,
Yep.
they took some stuff away from us, and we just didn't knock down shots. And you know, when you shoot 28%, it's really hard to beat people. And you know, when you have opponents, Aiden Sanchez. I mean. Jordan said he had the game of his career that night and had 20 points, and then you know we're up 3 with 15 seconds to go, and we get back screen, and Charlie Krejci hits a 3, and then you know I thought we should just go. You know, we weren't going to call timeout. We wanted to go, and we kind of fumbled and stumbled and bumbled, and then we called timeout and didn't have much time to get a shot, but I think for us, you know, throughout the course of the game, whenever there was a timeout or a stoppage, and you know the boys come in and it's like, okay, let's run this, and we go run it, and then you know doink it, and it was just like it wasn't funny, but it was kind of funny that I think we got the shots we wanted, we just didn't make them, and you know when it comes to that, you gotta step back and see what we can do maybe to get one going to the rim, and I thought we did that too. So I don't think we really settled. But you look at statistically, you know, we were 15 of 54, 3 of 19 from 3, and they were 22 of 52. So that's 7 more makes, and they made 3 more threes. So I mean, it's just we got to the foul line, which I really loved. You know, we got the foul line 33 times, but then on the flip side of that, we only made 22. So, you know, you're going to get there 33 times, you probably need to make about 28, 29, and especially in a game where you're not scoring basketball. But, you know, I really thought, you know, our kids had maximum effort, and Trayton Malk was just unbelievable for us. Offensively, 19 points, 13 rebounds. He had 2 assists. you know, some of those boards he got were just unbelievable how high he gets up.
It's crazy. We make a comment on the air about how high up in the air he gets, and it's an amazing.
And you know, we see it a lot in practice, and we've seen it in other games, and you know, he kind of put us on his back for a while, and you know, he was getting to the rim and finishing, and it was just a matter of us, you know, getting some contributions from other guys, and you know, we just didn't really, you know, we had Braden with 8, Jack Gilbertson had 10, Landon had 10. Well, we just didn't have that, you know, like 4 guys in double figures like we've had. A lot of times we won't have a 20-point guy, but we'll have, you know, 2 guys with 15 and a couple with 12 and a 10 or whatever. But we just didn't have that, and you know, some of that is that big atmosphere. I think that big game, and you know, I think that's great for our kids to get to play in that. You know, I thought a fantastic crowd of people there.
I did too. I thought it was a very good crowd.
I think just a fun atmosphere for high school kids to play basketball in, and you know, to go to double overtime. I mean, gee whiz, it was, you know, we make it to overtime, and then then we thought, you know, we're sitting good, and we got to the foul line.
Yeah, you started out that first overtime, I think, with a 5 or 6 point lead, wasn't it? There,
and we just, you know, and we had an opportunity maybe to close it out, but you know, went 1 or 2 from the free throw line a couple times, but still, you got to give kids credit for making plays.
Yeah.
And, even in the second overtime, with a couple, you know, odd things that happened to us, you know, we were still a half a second away from tying that thing up and going to a third overtime. I mean, I watched it on 3 borders right away. We watched the last couple minutes of regulation and the 2 overtimes, and you know, it was close. It was close. So
well, I want to ask you. I'm going to back you up a second here too. Let's go back to the end of regulation when Charlie made the 3 down in the corner, and then Braden was bringing the ball up on the near sideline, and a timeout was called. Did you feel at the time there should have been a little more time? Did you ask for more time to be put on the clock, or did they just say no?
Well, I think our timeout was delayed. We should have, in retrospect, we should have called the timeout right away.
Right away, okay.
But we wanted to go. We just want to go.
Yeah.
You know, I think in transition, I feel like we're really good, and you know, when you call timeout, then they get to set their defense and they get to do what they want to do, and I think that's my mindset. I want to go.
Yep.
And a lot of times I have 4 assistant coaches on the bench yelling at me to call timeout, and I'm thinking, we're good here. Let's go.
Let's go.
And, you know, I really have a lot of confidence in our kids when the ball's in Braden's hands. You know, for him to make a right decision, and I think sometimes if we control that too much, then that lets the defense get ready, and we want to go. I think we're going to make the right decision if we do that.
And I think, B-Dub, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we talked about that up in the booth too, didn't we? I mean, we talked about exactly what Jeff just said, plus we also talked about putting more time on the clock.
Yeah, I kind of felt like maybe there should have been maybe a second or 2 put back on. I mean, it is what it is. I mean,
yeah, there's
no way to review it or anything, but I just felt like maybe you got another second. I think you called it in time, and then it was a little bit of delay before they, whatever. But I don't know if any of those guys were looking at the clock. You know, it is above both baskets, but I don't think they took a peek at it to see where they were at. And I'm curious to know if they actually talked about it. I know they huddled.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
And I'm curious to know if they really talked about, hey, do we need to put more time here? What did you have? You know, because somebody's supposed to be watching the clock.
All right, so that brings me to my next question then, Jeff. When it happened right at the end of second overtime, and Braden drives the lane, the paint, kind of loses control a little bit, but he does finally get it over to Landon. Landon goes up, puts it in, but it was whistled no good. First, your immediate thought, was it good or no good? And then when we go back and we look at it on 3 borders, and I stopped it, and I looked, and I stopped it, and I looked, and it was still in his hands at 0-0. But your first thoughts was right away?
I thought it was good.
You thought it was good?
You know, of course, I'm slightly biased.
Yeah, I get that.
But I thought it was good, and I thought, let's go to another overtime, and it was already a great game.
It was a blast.
I went back and reviewed our scores from 2008, and we had never had even an overtime game. So, I mean, it was a great game. It would have been fun to play another one.
Would have been a blast.
Yeah, but I think, I really thought, I thought the officials did a nice job in the game. There's a couple things I questioned, like always, but I thought they did a nice job in the game, and I thought, maybe Jordan thinks differently because we shot, 33 free throws and he shot 14, but I thought it was, I thought they did a nice job. We'd have liked to gotten a jump ball there in that one scenario at the end, but it was tied up. So
Cooper Roberts had it on the floor,
but I mean that's one of those things where their bench was yelling timeout, so they gave it to them, and good for them. They made a good play, and I think a exciting game for our community and exciting game for everybody to watch. And I think there was really a big crowd there that day, and
I thought it was a good sized crowd.
I think maybe the fundraiser stuff going on for Carroll was maybe had a hand in that. But when I'm standing out there prior to the game and there's people coming in that it's fun to see the people that haven't been at a game for a while walking in to watch them. So
absolutely.
Fun.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so let's go to last night now. And I've been thinking all day how I was going to ask this question, but it's Captain Obvious here. You look back and you had a nice convincing win up in Hillsboro against the same team that you played last night. What was the difference maker last night? Why was it a defeat for the Huskies?
Well, we didn't control the paint at all. I mean, they absolutely destroyed us in the lane. We could not stop dribble penetration, and then they just absolutely dominated us on the glass. We had 14 defense or 15 defensive rebounds. They had 14 offensive rebounds.
Oh boy.
Well, there again, it's a 3-point game.
Yep.
And if we rebound the basketball, it's not a 3-point game. We're ahead.
Yep.
But we just didn't control the paint, and for defensively for us, that's the sacred ground. We can't let the ball go there, and it was there all night. And we talked today as a group about some of those plays where we let the ball go there, we didn't rebound, and when we're talking about it, we ask them what was the difference, and the word it was come out of Trayton Mauch's mouth. He said, "We did not put forth the effort. We did not give the effort," and they knew it. And honestly, tonight, our practice was one of the best practices we've had all year.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, our energy was good. They were talking on D after several sets of 10 push-ups when we forget. But I tell you what, it was really a competitive practice, and it was kids competing and kids doing what they're supposed to do. And honestly, Monday's practice was not that way. Our practices leading up to the Breckenridge game weren't really that way. I think there's a bit of excitement going into that game.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you come off of that and you're playing a team that you beat a month ago by 23, did we overlook them? I don't know. I didn't. I mean, we were worried about a couple things they could do, and that number 4 Leshuk kid, I mean, he comes in and scores 13, 14 points that we just couldn't stop him, and it was all in the lane. It was in the lane, and we challenged them today to we can't do that anymore. If we do that going forward, it's going to be some tough sledding for us. So,
well, speaking of going forward, you got a couple of tough teams coming into town this weekend. You got Beulah, I believe, on Friday, and then Killdeer on Saturday. And if my notes are correct, Beulah's receiving votes in the AP poll, and then number 3 in the poll is Killdeer. So you got a couple of tough games coming up here. So it'll be good for the Huskies to get some of that exposure to those top teams.
Yeah, Beulah's a traditionally good basketball team. They come in with this Sherrado kid who, I mean, he scores at every level. Just a fantastic athlete. We're gonna have to do a job on him, but he's got some kids around him too. It's not just like we got to guard one guy. And if we have an energy level like we had last night, they're going to come in here and it's going to be a slobber knocker, and then we're going to have to see if we can win at the end. And if we have the energy like we had tonight in practice, that'll be a different deal. But we have two really good basketball teams. Killdeer, I don't know, what are they 7-2 or
9-1 is what I got.
I mean, they're 9-1. They're good, and we played them last year at their place and kind of got out to a big lead, and then just let them creep back and let them creep back, and I think end up being an 8-point game. But they start 5 guys who are 6'1" and bigger, and that's a problem for us.
That's a matchup.
It's been the teams that have beaten us. You look at Thompson, you look at Castleton with Runk and the Holland kid last night. Those 3 guys that were 6'3" to 6'5", we have trouble with that, and that's a concern for Saturday. But Friday, really not a lot of size from Beulah, but they got some kids that can just fill it up. So we're going to have to really defend. We got to keep the ball out of the lane. If we do that, we'll be fine. And we had, looking back last night, we have 4 guys in double figures. Braden with 14, Jack with 14, Trayton with 12, 7 boards again for Trey, and 10 from Bjorn. So we're doing a lot of the things we have to do, but defensively last night we were just so bad. Rebounding, we were so bad that we didn't really give ourselves a chance to take advantage of the scoring we were getting.
Yeah, you need to be able to take advantage of both ends and limit those second chance points. And I know that's something that you and Brian both harp on. Coach Bogey back there in the back waiting to come on, he'll say the same thing. You got to limit second chance points. And it was tough.
There was a couple possessions where they got 3 and 4 tries to score.
Ugh.
When you do that, it's a giveaway.
Yeah.
You're giving them points that they shouldn't even have. So I feel like that's going to be corrected. I told you off air, we had a great practice tonight, and it was some reflection on themselves. They were.
That's good.
When we watched the film and talked about it, they were telling me the things that we got to fix this. And
that's good.
That's really good. I feel like they understand that, and they understand that we're with them. We want to do that too. So.
Well, you're 2-2 in Region 1, and looking at the second half coming up here soon. You still got some opportunities here to gain some ground and maintain your ground, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
We got Valley coming up next week who, they got a big 6'7" kid inside, but, they lost a lot of guys off that team last year. Then we got Lisbon again. So we're, a couple big games this weekend, statewide in Division A, but then also 2 big region games next week. So,
Looking forward to it.
We'll be fine. We'll be ready.
All right. Beat up, got anything for Coach?
I think I'm good. I gave him the gym today.
Did you?
I gave him the high school gym. Didn't want to, he's got a bad knee and all that stuff. I didn't want to have him have to walk across the in the ice and snow
in the
and
parking
all that
lot.
stuff. So I'm a generous guy.
I honestly, that was really helped our practice by being able to do that tonight.
He had some stuff he wanted to do. Plus, I owed him. He let me have the gym earlier this year. So
all right.
I really appreciate it. And I told the boys, when you see Coach Watson, tell him thanks. Because we might just be getting done now if we'd had to go over there. So
just
it sped us up. The film session we had to do would have taken longer to get over there and get set.
Yeah, I know. It's all right.
So it was really good. And I
just remember that later in the season.
I will.
All right, Jeff. Good luck here. We'll see you. We'll have both those games on Three Border Sports. So Ma and Pa out in the Minot area out there will be able to watch it on Three Border Sports this weekend. So both games. Watching. All right. And I think that's going to be it. So we'll wrap it up, and we'll be right back with Tony Bogenreef, head coach of the Breckenridge Cowgirls, coming up next.
Essentia Health, we understand the significance of second chances. Our heart specialists see them every day. That's why regular checkups and heart screenings are vital, even if you feel fine, and especially when you have a family history. Essentia Health is the right place for early detection, advanced treatments, comprehensive cardiac rehab, for second chances. At Essentia Health, we work hard to keep your heart strong for what's next.
Hey there! So we have 30 seconds to tell you why you should be a member of FCCU.
First Community Credit Union is member-owned.
But aren't all financials member-owned?
Nope.
they're not.
Many have stockholders that drive decisions.
As a credit union, we put our members first.
As a matter of fact,
That means all the money that we make
cha-ching.
gets reinvested back to you, our member owners.
So come see why.
Life is better with community at First Community Credit Union.
Comdell Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4-crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdellInnovation.com. Comdell Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.
Every business begins with an idea. With dedication, hard work, and high-speed broadband, that idea can grow into something giant. The member organizations that form BAND are proud to support North Dakota businesses every step of the way, from the soil to the stadium. The Broadband Association of North Dakota, helping North Dakotans grow bright ideas into big business.
At Smith Motors in Wahpeton, our goal is to find the vehicle that fits you, both in lifestyle and budget. Do more with the spacious GMC Acadia, the powerful, always dependable Chevy Silverado, or the rugged, hardworking GMC Sierra. Since 1960, Smith Motors has provided an excellent automotive experience featuring high-quality service and low-pressure sales. Chevrolet or GMC, the selection is great. And if we don't have it, we'll find it for you. Smith Motors, small-town friendly, big-town.
Interstate Engineering, our business is about connections. We connect people to water, communities to counties, and counties to the rest of the world. Our work connects main streets to interstates, and yesterday with the potential of tomorrow. With over 40 years of connecting, our experience and expertise are thanks to the clients we have earned, the trust we have built, and the connections we have made. Interstate Engineering, the professionals you need, the people you trust.
Now I can talk. The music is over, so now I can talk. Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, and it's presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. I'm Joe Schreiner. He's Brian Watson over there pushing buttons.
I'm pushing buttons like crazy here right now. I don't know what I'm doing right now.
You should have seen.
I was trying to fix something, and then I went to the wrong shot there, and so it is what it is. But since Coach Ralph took so long, I think we need to cut this segment short.
Oh, I see what you're trying to do. Do you want to go right to the border battle game then? Is that what you want to do?
We don't have enough time to even talk about anything. I think we could just go to the next coach, yeah.
So, yeah, but he's got a special guest with him there. We got to talk to Easton.
Maybe we should talk to that guy.
Hi, Easton.
Say hi.
Kind of wave at everybody? Wave at the camera there, and then there you go. Mom and your sisters are watching.
I think we know who the brains of the operation is.
Yeah, I think we found it.
Scouting reports.
I'm sure he does.
We didn't get him a microphone, but you can nod and wave and give thumbs up, okay?
We probably could hear him if he
How old
had
are you?
anything to say.
You can tell everybody how old you are? Are you 4, 5? 5, okay.
He doesn't want to talk now.
Yeah, he doesn't want to talk.
Yeah, he couldn't stop talking when he's over
Yeah,
here.
I know.
Now
he was eating candy.
I know. It is what it is.
Welcome, everybody, again to the Giants Coaches Show. And again, we're joined now by head coach of the Cowgirls basketball squad, Tony Bogenreef. Bogey, welcome aboard again.
Thank you.
Appreciate you coming in and spending some time with us on a cool January evening. But, man, we're right in the middle of basketball season. And I'm going to take you back a little bit. Right now, the Cowgirls sitting at 12-4, pretty good record. I'm going to take you back a few days here because we didn't have a coaches show on the 15th. On the 14th of January, You went over to Perham and took on Perham over there. It was a tough loss for the girls. They're 69-62 loss, but you expected that with a Heart of Lakes battle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and going back to the first time we played them, we kind of took care of business, got pressure going, and rattled them. And coming back to the second game, their pressure rattled us. I think we might have overlooked them a little bit. We were prepared and all that stuff, but I think the girls thought, well, going in, I think we beat them by 26 the first time.
Yeah, it was quite a bit.
Coming into the gym, we're going to take care of business, and it didn't go that way. And we've talked about Perham a lot. They have girls that put up, 10s, 20s, 30, 40,000 shots in the summer.
Yeah.
And they just shoot it well, and they had a girl hit 7 threes on us.
7 threes?
7.
Who was that?
Hamburger, number 15. Yep.
All right.
And I think it was either the game before or one of the games before. She also hit 7 threes in that game too.
Wow.
So, yep. She lets it fly, and she shoots at a high rate. She shot 7 of 11.
7 of 11 from 3-point land.
Yep.
Wow. That's a pretty good asset to have there on your team.
It is, and it's not just her. Then they have Kaya Anderson, who's been around, it feels like, forever, and she's not even a senior yet, but she shoots it well for them too.
All right. Well, I'm going to back up a second here, Coach. You lost 2 in a row there to Hawley and then Barnesville, and now you've come back after that to win 7 of your last 8 games. That was the lone loss. Now you're going on a winning streak again, and you went to DGF on Thursday the 16th, and girls came in with a nice win there.
Yeah, and DGF was playing really well, and talking to other coaches, talking that they're probably the team to beat in the conference. So, going in more maybe mentally locked in for our girls, and we did a nice job on them the first time. Actually got a win on them the first time as well. But I was telling you guys off air, we only had 1 girl in double figures that game.
That's crazy.
And we're still able to pull off a win, and it was low scoring, 51-47 if I remember. 51-47, and I don't know, that just shows how balanced the scoring was and how good our defense was. We held Aria Garrett, who, she is a load down low, and we held her to 12 points. She only made 3 baskets. So the rest were from the free throw line. But
that's pretty good. All right, now we want to talk about what happened here Saturday, the border battle game. It was Brian wants to skip through this part of it, but he might get involved in this conversation. I'd be happy to bring him in on it. But first of all, your thoughts on the game. Nice win for the Cowgirls. It was an 11-point win, I think, 64-53. Nice win for the Cowgirls there on the big floor.
Yeah, and
big stage.
Yes, it was, and I thought both teams came out with a lot of energy. They came out attacking us on offense, which we expected. Hallie came out, I thought, especially aggressive, and you always know Scout's gonna get hers, and she's looking to score. And but overall, I thought, again, played fairly even. We had 3 girls in double figures that game, but the rest kind of filtered in too and got what we needed. Going back to about the end of the third quarter, we were kind of on our heels.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, we were kind of on our heels, and they were kind of punching us, and we were not doing very well. And then Jonica hit the one at the buzzer from about half court, and that kind of gave us energy we needed to going into the fourth. And
I think, and this is maybe where I'm going to bring Brian in here a little bit to talk about it too as well. At that point, I think you were down by 4, if I remember correctly.
Yep.
And you got the ball back with just a few seconds to go. Jonica dribbles up the near sideline near to me on the press box side and drills one from about 40 feet or more from the logo, Caitlin Clark, kind of a 3-point field goal, if you will. And Brian mentioned in the post-game show of the boys, because I didn't have a chance to talk to him in the post-game show of the girls, Brian mentioned that might have been about the turning point of the game, Brian.
Well, I think it was.
Okay.
I mean, if you look at the situation, we were at the free throw line. I think we missed both of those free throws.
I think you're right. No,
I mean, if we make those, we go up 6. Who knows what happens after that? It's a different situation, right? It's not a rebound. It's not a get it and go. It's take it out of bounds. Now we get a chance to defend and do what we need to do. And then I think it's a different scenario going into both of those huddles as the horn sounds. They're ecstatic going into the huddle. Now it's a 1-point game. Our girls are like, oh, here we go again. And I'm like, but our message was, hey, we're still ahead. But I think that we didn't mentally get over the hump of them knocking that in and cutting the lead. that's what happens through the course of the game. Whereas they're able to ride that, and then they went on a 15-0 run in that after that.
Is that what you talked about in the huddle then, was let's ride this now?
Yeah, it was. Let's just use this energy and keep moving. And I think our defense really played off that hit.
Yep.
And we were able to turn them over and play a lot better in that fourth quarter.
So what was the final score between the two in the fourth quarter only? Do you have that handy there?
He probably has. I don't have it in front of me.
21-9.
So you outscored them 21-9 in the fourth quarter.
That's what, they went on that run.
Yep.
And again, for us, every game we have a quarter where we just can't get it done.
Yeah.
And defensively we had some letdowns to let them get to 21, but we've got to be able to score too. We missed some easy shots again. We were struggling with that, trying to finish, but hats off to them. They did what they needed to do defensively, and I felt like they kind of outplayed us as far as those 50-50 balls and things like that, getting rebounds. That's their strength. They fly around on defense. So there's just things that we didn't execute when we needed to, and they were able to take advantage of it.
The other thing I got to bring up for the both of you again, and again it's a combined effort here before we leave the border battle, the efforts that both teams put forward for the Carol Colby thing, and of course you got to throw out a kudos to Mary Beth Peterson, and I believe John Undum, I think as well, for organizing that event for Carol, but both teams raised some money for Carol, so that was just a special event. So congratulations to both teams.
I think it's a cool event. I think for me the part that really works is that we're rivals.
Yep.
Okay, everybody knows that. Okay, but for this part of it, our girls, at least on the girls' side, they do a lot of work to design the shirts and to raise the money and do all that stuff. Our captains, Latea and Scout and Hallie and Olivia on our side, I know Jonica on your side, they work together to make that thing go. So they're communicating, they're talking. Yeah, they got a game to play, but I think they get it. It's life through basketball, and they understand that there are more important things that are going on that day. And those guys, stood on the court together, held the microphone between games, and gave their message. I think it's great, dude.
Yeah.
I really do. And I think they do a really, really good job.
Yep. Your thoughts on that, Bogey?
I would agree 100% with what he said. It's more than basketball, and seeing that the live or the silent auction, you realize how many people that brought in, but the support of our community for people that are going through tough times is really something.
Yep. Was there a friendly wager between the two of you behind the scenes?
There was not this year. We talked about that. We talked about the old coach still probably owes me one, but
maybe he's watching tonight.
Well, hopefully he is. And he can maybe get what he owes me in the mail, but it's okay. I'm a little
it wasn't a jersey swap or anything like that.
No. I mean, usually with George, who works in my office, we have a deal, but he's out with knee surgery too.
Oh, okay.
So if we would have had our standard bet, I would be wearing Cowgirls gear. On Monday I would have been, but hey, I'm okay with not wearing it.
To the show tonight would have been funny.
No, I'm not wearing it on the show.
Why?
I had to wear it to work because we work together.
All right,
we can still make that happen.
Come on, you have to make that bet beforehand.
Oh,
okay. Come on now.
All right, so last night, Bogey, you took on Lake Park Audubon. The Raiders came into town. They had a pretty good record. I think they were 11-5 coming in, if I remember correctly. And a Region 6 battle. They're in the north subsection. You're in the south, obviously. But still a Class A game for you, section game. And we talked about it in the postgame. My first thoughts was that's a pretty scrappy team. No wonder they're 11-5 coming in.
And I've used it a few times since you said it. That describes their team exactly. They're scrappy. We talked about it. They're undersized, but they just get into you. They're physical. They box out well. They move on offense. They play the game the right way.
What I didn't expect to see when I was watching them warm up, I did not expect to see that kind of physicality out of them. I guess that's what kind of surprised me. I mean, I knew what the Cowgirls had, but when Lake Park Audubon come out in their warm-ups and it's like 11-5, but then the physicality came out, the scrappiness came out, just the ball hawking and all the things that they did right.
And I talked to their coach about it before the game. I said, the last few games, you guys have really turned it on. And she kind of said something clicked where their pressure has been able to work. And, when you get that first steal, then people are hungry for more. And they were able to fly around and slow us down for sure. made runs when we thought we had things going, and then they would cut it right back. And so, yeah, they're a very good team, and their record obviously showed it too.
And when you went in at halftime, I think it was a 17-point lead at the time, and LPA came back and cut it down to 7.
Mm-hmm.
What was going through your head at that time? I mean, it was just, okay, guys, we got to settle down here, or
it
what?
was, and we weren't doing those things that they were doing. We weren't boxing out. We weren't cutting on offense. We were kind of just waiting for other people to do things, and that's kind of been the message in practice now, too. Just the little things, make the big things happen.
Yeah.
Boxing out and running our offense, executing our offense. That's one of our big downfalls, especially recently, but even throughout the whole season, is just executing.
Chad didn't have headphones on last night, so he could hear what you were yelling on the sideline. And I think it was right away the first play of the second half. He was saying that you were hollering, execute, execute.
Mm-hmm.
And then you called a timeout right after the made basket. Did you have a little conversation?
I might have said it about 5 or 6 more times.
I couldn't hear it through the headset, but Chad told me he could hear it.
Right. It's been an emphasis, and it's been a key to our games is execute. And maybe I need to go in depth a little bit more, but we talked about it in our practice today. If you're going to go screen somebody, you actually have to screen a body. You can't just pass by, and we get caught up sometimes and don't catch some of those things. But our girls were doing that, and we're trying to fix it, and hopefully we can use that tomorrow. Okay,
a scary point in the game, and I don't know if Brian even knows this yet, or if you've watched it back, Brian, but Jonica Bernata spent some time on the floor. Yeah. And I asked you in the postgame show, did your heart skip a beat? And you said it probably missed the whole thing.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people in the gym felt that way.
It got quiet in a hurry.
Yeah, she went down and kind of rolled over, and I didn't know exactly what had happened. But when I was over there, I was thankful. Like I said, I don't want anything to happen, but I was thankful to hear that she stepped on somebody else's foot and it was her ankle. So she was able to go with our trainer, Janie, and they figured it out, and she was back on the floor a few minutes later. So
that's good. So then you had 3 girls, I think, in double figures again last night, and spread out the scoring again for the Cowgirls.
Yeah, we had Parker with 18, Sydney 13, Jonica with 10, and then we had 6-5, 4, 4, 4. I mean, it was kind of everybody sprinkled in a few points here and there, and we were able to contribute. So.
All right, so now you got another tough HOL game coming up tomorrow night. We'll be there with Three Borders Sports Network again, but you got Pelican Rapids coming into town, and I think the first time around you defeated them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't by much.
No, 4.
4, I think it was. So, what do you expect to see out of Pelican tomorrow again? Same team?
Same team. They haven't had a game since Saturday, so I'm sure they'll be more than ready.
That's
and
right,
they're always a very prepared team. He has them playing really well. They have probably the best player in the area in his daughter, Morgan Korf.
Sure.
She just makes them so much better. Whether she's scoring it or not, she is all eyes are on her, and she passes really well. So we got to try and slow her down, but also help on the other girls so they don't get going too.
And then not only a tough HOL battle tomorrow night, but then coming back next Tuesday, and I know you don't like to look too far ahead on the schedule, but I am. You got Section 6A team coming into town in Park Christian. So another tough game coming up in Section 6A.
Yeah, they're not an easy one. I think they're kind of about the similar record as us. I think they're about 11-4, 11-5 or something like that. And they just play well. They play together so well. They're kind of like us. They want to play fast and get up and down, but like you said, we've got to take tomorrow first, and then we'll start getting ready for Park Christian.
Okay, you and Easton, close your ears. I'm just going to say this. Maybe it's a look forward to the playoffs here coming up in Section 6. All right, I didn't say that. But you didn't have to comment on that. But BW, you got anything else for Coach before we let him go? And Easton, you got anything for Easton?
Easton, are you the brains of the operation? Are you the one that's actually doing all the coaching? I think he is. I really do. I think we should give credit to Easton for the border battle.
When we were over there sitting in the back, I told him about how Maddie used to make you cookies, and he kind of thought that was kind of something.
I think, I mean, if you want to, I'd take them.
Would you?
I'm not going to say no.
Sugar-free, probably.
Of course, I need the sugar-free.
Oh, sugar-free,
yes, I got to watch my sugar intakes.
Yep.
This is what it is. I don't have anything for that guy. We tried to cut him short. He goes long. I mean, come on. Jordan's here. We need to talk to him.
Yeah, we got to get him over, and we'll talk some more Cowboy basketball and border battle stuff. But all right, Easton, thanks for coming in, buddy.
Hope
we didn't keep you up past bedtime.
Still got to get a bath in tonight. So
All right, Bogey, thanks for coming in. I know you
Thank
wanted
you.
to get on early, but we kept you a little later than what we should have. But have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow night. Cowgirl basketball against Pelican Rapids tomorrow night. We'll have that game here on Three Borders Sports Network. We'll be right back with Jordan Christensen, Cowboys head coach, coming up next.
Getting you back to what you love. We are Optimum Rehab. For over a decade, Dr. Tony Egeman has provided physical therapy services for the people of Wahpeton, Breckenridge, and surrounding communities. We're a small practice that sees our patients as individuals. Through hands-on techniques, our patients have their treatment plans tailored to their exact needs. Sprains, sore muscles, back pain, achy joints, rehab following surgery, you name it. Optimum Rehab is your answer. When you need exceptional physical therapy, you need Optimum Rehab.
Here at the Amanda Frederick State Farm Agency, we do our best to make insurance a little less insurance-y for you. Hi, this is Amanda, your local State Farm agent. You've probably seen our team out and about volunteering in the community, participating in local events, and just doing our all-around best to support and encourage a healthy, vibrant community. Stop into our office sometime and find out why we've been consistently voted best insurance agency in the Valley and why State Farm has been a trusted household name in insurance for 100 years. We hope to meet you soon.
Any bank can tell you they have a rock-solid commitment to agriculture. Bell can prove it. To this day, every Bell Bank branch is partially built with rocks we've picked from our founder's farm. But our roots in ag have grown more than a few offices. They've shaped who we are and formed our entire approach to banking. Let us prove it to you as you grow your farm and prepare your legacy for the next generation. Bell Bank, committed to ag. In Wahpeton, talk to Rick Steckler.
Minn Kota Ag Products has helped farmers with all their agricultural needs as the farming industry has expanded. They provide farmers with all their chemical, fertilizer, seed, grain, and elevator needs. They also offer deep band tillage, chemical application, and fertilizer application, just to name a few. Proud to be a partner in your operation since 1941. Download the MKAP Grower 360 app from your app store today.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28, our own dedicated cable channel on Red River Communications Cable. And anytime we go live, some of the games will be there. But if we've got a doubleheader game where Wahpeton and Breckenridge are both playing the same night, obviously we can only do one at a time. But they're both on our YouTube channel, but just one will make Channel 28. I'm Joe Schreiner. He's Brian Watson.
I struggled a little bit with that transition. You guys were talking and I asked you, say, hey, are you ready?
Yeah.
And then I, because of the way that this is set up, it's
Okay.
set up the way that you like it to be.
Yeah.
I clicked on the button and then we were back. So
Oh.
I didn't have my little preview first. So
Did you understand what he just said?
Kinda.
He
Did you?
knows.
Okay.
You should know too. So come on now, let's go.
All right, we're joined now by head coach of the Cowboys, the Breckenridge Cowboys. That's Jordan Christensen. Jordan, some good things to talk about, but first let's go back a couple days. And last Thursday, you were up at DGF, taking on a tough HOL opponent in the DGF Rebels, and the Cowboys fell 69-54. But Charlie had a great night, and let's just talk about that stuff for a minute.
We were right there. The final score is a little bit doesn't really take into paint the picture of the whole game. Like it was, for most of it, it was real tight till, and then about the 4-minute mark, it got their league got stretched out a little bit.
Okay.
But start with Charlie Krejcia.
Yeah.
The kid had 17 points in the first half.
Ugh.
Out of our 23, and we're only down 2 at halftime.
Wow.
Of all, it was. It was a.
And what did he have?
He put
5 threes.
5 threes and a layup. As Coach Hagee said, he just put the team on his back, and
Wow.
he did. It was huge.
He did not start that game either, did he?
No, he
Or
did.
did he start that game? Okay.
No, He did.
He usually
did not
comes
start
off the
that
bench
game.
for
He
you.
did not start that game.
Yeah.
He started the second half though.
Okay.
So we played him quite a bit in the second half. We had one player not to be able to play that game, but so we were a little shorthanded. But our guys came out and played hard.
Mm-hmm.
But for us to be only down 2, like it was just berserk what he was doing. And I think the DGF kids were just like, oh, what in the world?
Oh, man.
And he hit a couple without his feet set, and just kind of, if you watched our JV game against WAP, it was similar kind of shot attempts where he was all over the place, shooting them from everywhere. And then he gets to start the second half. This is the black eye game. That's how he ended up with the big black eye.
Everybody was wondering where the black eye came from.
He was not in a fight, none of that stuff. But he went for a steal and went shoulder to eye with the kid.
Oh, man.
And he was like, ooh.
Yeah.
Well, you good? And it was pretty. You could tell after the game it was going to be
It was going to
be a good shiner. And then Saturday morning, it was really the eye was in tough shape. But back to Thursday, we actually got Aiden and Levi did not score in the first half, and we were only down 2.
Wow.
And for us to be in that spot, it means we guarded really hard and did a lot of good things. And then the second half was pretty back and forth, and most of the half it was close, and we were there, and the lead went back and forth. But then down the stretch, they hit a couple shots, and we had some defensive mistakes where we just let guys kind of get all the way to the rim with not enough resistance, and then we were fine. But well, we weren't fine, but it was just things that we can fix.
Right.
And then going into Saturday, we did fix them.
So let's go into Saturday in the border battle, and where do you start? I mean, it was a tremendous win here. It was a tremendous game for both teams to be a part of. I thought it was the first time, I think, in a long time that Breckenridge has swept Wahpeton. There's been a lot of splits and a few times when Wahpeton has swept, but it was a big win for the boys to come back in a double overtime win.
That was a big win, and it showed some toughness from our guys to we're going into the fourth quarter up 9. WAP goes on a 10-0 run, plays their tails off. We make some mistakes, but that's part of the game, and then we respond and get it to overtime. And then,
all right, let's stop right there. I want to ask you, because B-Dub and I had this conversation before you came in, or before we actually started the coaches show tonight. That play that you had with the ball at the end of regulation, you came down and there were a couple ball screens, and then it ended up to Charlie in the corner for a 3. Was that a set play?
The initial actions were. But then after that, we just kind of played. You're talking?
That was the tying 3, wasn't it?
We're talking about a tying 3.
Oh, the tying 3? Yeah, we drew that. That was a timeout play.
That was.
And so
I'm gonna tell you right now, that was beautiful basketball right there.
So
that was executed to the T.
We in the huddle, we talked about what would happen, like based on free throws and stuff, and then Quick drew it up, and Cooper fixed the whole play. If you watch the film, Charlie ran to the corner, wasn't supposed to be there.
Oh.
And Cooper interchanged them, which actually made it harder for WAP to guard.
Right.
The interchange happened. Charlie and Cooper basically switched spots. They cut. And then Cooper set a great flare screen. And JD came off the ball screen and banged Charlie in the corner.
It was executed perfectly.
They
the ball
did a
screen,
really
got
good
into
job.
the lane, and then the back screen was perfect. I mean,
This is why I appreciate your guys' job so much, because he ran that play back and forth 3 or 4 times for me to watch it. Tonight, we both get here by 6 o'clock and we talk about things, and he rewound that play I don't know how many times. He says, look at this, and he picked it apart. It's pretty cool when you do that. And then I had to ask you that question. And yeah, that's pretty cool.
That one we talked about in timeout. It's pretty simple, quick little one, but
it's simple,
it gets something good.
But have you practiced that in practice?
No,
or did you just draw
nothing
it?
quite like that. We drew that. We've done some ball screen stuff and talked about things like that, but not that specific action.
But to draw it up in the huddle and get what you want, I mean,
they did a great job.
That's pretty good. And that wasn't immediately after the timeout either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's times where we draw things up and we go out there and I look at Brewer and I go, well, that's not what I said. You know what I mean? But and when there's usually a window weight in there, then everybody forgets. But to draw it up and then have the free throw and then to go down and then to run it, that's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
And I'm without Cooper Roberts, I don't know if that happens because I don't think Charlie remembered until Cooper's like, no, get over here.
It looked like it was everybody knew what
Yeah,
they were
it
doing.
looked like
everybody
it, yep.
was in the right place,
Yep.
and JD got deep enough. You know what I
Yep.
mean? If he's not able to get that deep in the lane, then he probably can't get the ball to Charlie. And and Jack got stuck. He got stuck in the screen. He couldn't get out there. So, yeah, I mean, hats off. It was executed pretty well.
All right. Then the other one I got to bring up was the reverse layup from Jackson Riggs.
That was a play.
I mean, I'm telling you what, the Jonica Bernata shot was a nominee for our Comdale Innovation Play of the Week. And then Jackson Riggs was a nomination for our Comdale Innovation Play of the Week. And then there's one other one too. But Jackson Riggs, I was making the call on the TV, but it was an unbelievable from one side of the bucket, one side of the lane, all the way. He was pretty much airbound all the way across.
He took off, I think, outside the lane.
And then to put the English and the spin on the ball to get it to go in on a reverse layup.
The difficulty on that shot, of the way that he executed the shot, that's like a 12
Had
out
to
of
be.
10. Seriously.
It's crazy.
It's like a 12 out of 10.
And then to do it in that spot, that's just not middle of the game.
No.
That is like...
That's pressure shot.
That is like, that doesn't go in.
Yeah.
WAP's going the other way. And
You know how many times
totally
that
different
ball,
game.
a shot like that is left short because you put the
can't-
wrong English on it, or you can't get it above the rim? Like, that is such a hard shot to execute. It's I can't even tell you. It's difficult.
It was an unreal play. And
That was not called in the huddle.
No, that's
that's a guy. That's a guy going and being a dude. There.
That's exactly what happened. Yep. Well, again, I don't know what else you want to say there about the border battle game there,
That was
Jordan.
just, that was fun. That's a lot of fun.
And
our
I
kids-
texted you that after the game too. I asked you if that was fun to coach, and I bet it was. I mean, yeah, it was tense, and it was.
The only part that wasn't fun was the 10-0 run that we gave up in the fourth quarter. I wasn't having fun at that point.
Yeah, I believe it.
But other than that, it was a pretty
nice crowd.
That was.
I thought.
I was ecstatic to see that kind of crowd and all the people. And there's a lot of people there to support Carroll as they should be, and that was great to see. And it was cool because there was people walking by me before the game, and I'm like, I haven't seen you in a while.
Wow.
And a kid I graduated with walked right by me and tapped me on the butt and said hi. I was like, oh, this is cool. And they were there to support Carroll, which is awesome. And there was such a great turnout. That was cool.
We got a lot of views on that game already too, so it's fun there for us too as Three Border Sports. So thanks again and congratulations on that one.
No, I had to go back and watch some of that. And at B-Dub, I'm going to disagree with you. From my angle, I thought we had the ball on that timeout. I'm not going to lie.
I knew he was going to say that too.
I was at a totally different. I was opposite side of the court. I thought he had the ball.
Did he have it though?
I thought he did.
I
legit thought he did.
No, that's not why I asked you. I said, did he have it?
When I yelled timeout, he had it.
Okay, all right. It was close though. You know what I mean?
It could have gone either way.
Right.
So
that's one of those bang bangs where there's three of them out there. Somebody got it right.
So we're talking about the play where Cooper was on the floor, the ball was on the floor late in the game, and you were calling timeout, and the timeout was given. There was some disagreement with that.
I mean, you have to think about what happens like in that moment.
Yeah.
He's calling timeout.
Absolutely he
The
is.
official has to hear him.
Yeah.
They have to blow the whistle. A lot can happen between that and he could get rid of the ball bounces away or whatever.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yep.
I mean, it was a heck of a timeout. I can tell you that right now.
It was smart.
It was.
Well, God, we
big-
shouldn't have thrown the ball there in the first place.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, let's start.
But
let's
it was
just-
it was a heads up play.
Yeah.
And it worked to their advantage. I mean, It really did. So.
Yeah, there was somebody that at the girls' game last night told me that they saw a picture and he did not have possession of the ball when the timeout was called.
Again, it depends.
But it's all
depends.
subjective.
It's subjective. You don't know.
You,
the picture doesn't
from
have
what you
sound.
could see,
What I
he
could
had the
see,
ball
I thought he
covered.
had the ball.
Right.
Yeah,
The
absolutely.
picture does not have sound. Again,
Right.
he's calling it. The ref's got to hear it. The ref's got to blow his whistle. So, yeah, he probably had the ball when he called timeout, and the ref blew his whistle. But
when the ref blew his
exchange-
whistle, we probably didn't have the ball when the ref blew his whistle.
Right, but
That's
then
probably
you
what it was.
called it when he had the ball. So you have to be granted the timeout.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep, absolutely.
It's just what happens. So
It was a smart call, and it was the right thing to do. Absolutely, nothing wrong with that.
Then that was crazy because then the travel happened, and that was I don't know.
Oh, yeah,
if we've
that
ever-
too.
I don't know if we've ever had a border battle quite like that. I don't
Yeah.
remember one, and that was fun, and our guys enjoyed it. And
They did.
Did you go back and do a little research and figure out when
we
was
couldn't.
the last time?
I talked to Coach Frederickson, and we don't. Well, the last one we won was Derek Dahlgren was a senior, Andrew Crum, and then my brother Noah was a junior.
What year was that?
That would have been 2018 is when those kids would have graduated. I think
we would have won that year.
Yeah, I don't know the last time both, because then Tylee was playing, and you guys had won a bunch in a row.
Yeah.
There was something in the Daily News, and it went back to whatever year it was.
10 years back.
It was 10 years
back, yeah.
And I don't think there was a
since,
sweep.
Since I've been here, so I've been here 15 years.
Yeah.
There hasn't been a Breckenridge sweep.
Yeah.
No.
I know that for sure.
And that's the same thing Coach Frederickson has said to his memory. He doesn't remember that either.
It was fun. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It was good. All right, we got to talk about last night quick before we move on to the next event. But last night you traveled to Perham. Tough loss to Perham again. I think that's the second time you've lost to Perham by a minimal number of points.
Second one, and we've lost by a total of 9 combined.
Out
It
of
was
the two
4
games,
the first
yeah.
time and 5 last night. And we battled. We were down 1 at half. We were down 8 or 9.
Yeah, you had 8
early
on your
in
notes.
the first, early in the first half, and just kind of like found our groove towards the end of the first half and cut it to 1. Had a chance to take the lead going into half. Had a shot at the end and came out the second half, and it was back and forth for about 12 minutes, and we had Aiden hit 3 big threes in the second half. Jackson had 8 points, and Charlie had a really big first half again. He had 10 in the first half.
Yep.
And then Cooper had a huge game for us. He had 15 points, and I'm guessing when I get the stat report back, he's going to be close to double-digit rebounds. He played really well for us. And then Levi added another 10, and then I think Avery Smith off the bench had 3. And then it was a fun game, honestly. Would have been so nice to get that one. Would have been huge.
Yeah, it would have helped you out. Yep.
For standings and things, but we battled, and I mean, we were there at the end, and we had shots. Like, I can't complain about, like, down the stretch, we had 3 or 4 good looks and didn't hit them, and that's how the ball bounces some days. And we hit the big ones on Saturday, and you don't hit them on Tuesday. It's the way the game is.
That's the way it
and
goes, yeah.
Got to be ready for the next one, but we really did battle, and it was.
You like playing in that gym? Do the boys like playing in that gym?
I think the boys like it. It's a way different high school gym.
It is, isn't
because
it?
it's so far back.
Yep.
Like shooting.
Yeah.
It's kind of similar to like a
At
college
Science,
gym where you've got lots of space behind the hoop where it's not just a wall. So that is kind of a different look for kids. But Aiden Sanchez likes shooting there, that's for sure.
That's good.
He shot the lights out again. The HOL teams are going to be closing out pretty hard to him. He's been shooting it really well recently, and that's been huge for us. But I think part of the thing that killed us last night is we went the last 6 minutes and 40 seconds with 5 points.
Ugh.
So we get a couple of those to go down, get a couple better looks because we didn't get. There was a stretch where we took some bad shots and had some bad turnovers and
Empty possession. Huh?
empty possessions, and we fix a few of those things. I mean, ball bounces right a couple times. We come out with the win for the first time at the Hive, and unfortunately we didn't. But we're going to be just fine. I mean, I'm really comfortable with where our group is going into playoffs.
So the girls take on Pelican Rapids tomorrow night. Then you got to travel to Pelican Rapids, I
Nope.
believe. Nope, they're home.
They're home.
That's
It's
right. We got
home
it.
and home. Yep.
Yeah, we got that one too. So we'll be home on Friday as well with the Cowboys. But again, another tough HOL battle for the Cowboys.
There's no nights off in the
No,
HOL.
there isn't.
There is not one.
especially for Breckenridge, and I'm not trying to be mean, but you're always got to be ready to go.
Mm-hmm. We got to be ready to go.
It's always there.
And there's no nights off, but it's good in the long run because by the end of the year, if we're preparing every game and ready to go, we're getting better every time. So.
And like I said before, I think it was Bogey, but you don't like looking ahead. But if you look ahead the next Tuesday, you got Border West coming in, a section battle. So
we're not looking ahead, but we have.
It's on the radar.
It's on the radar, and we're gonna over the weekend we're gonna dive into that one pretty hard, and that's a huge game.
Yeah,
they're number 2 in the south half of the section. It's a big one. That would be a big one to get.
Yep.
And it's fun to play. I like going down there. I don't know what the kids think. It's kind of an old gym, old school, but I like going down there.
Yeah, that's fun, that old school stuff. Right now, the Cowboys sitting at 5-2 in the section, in the south section. So the Cowboys, it is a big game for the Cowboys.
Very big.
Again, you don't want to overlook Pelican Rapids, but it is something.
Pelican, we got to be ready to go. Handle their ball pressure. Otherwise, that could be a long night if we don't handle ball pressure well.
Yep. How's the little guy doing? How'd he do through the weekend? I seen you taking pictures down on the floor with him.
He's
post-game.
doing good. He's getting more teeth by the minute. I gave him his bath before I left, but he was pretty grumpy this afternoon. I don't know. The teeth are getting to him.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, B-Dub, you got anything else there you want to talk to Jordan about? I'll let him go here.
No, I really don't. I mean, just congratulations. I mean, it's a big win for you guys, and you guys are playing well.
Yep.
You know, if you look at some of the first couple of years that you had, I think I said to you, a couple of years, you guys are going to be pretty good. You just got to weather the storm, and you guys have done that, and you got it rolling right
and then
now,
some.
So hats off.
Yep. We're getting there, and you look at our lower levels, and we've got a lot of talent in the lower levels, and we just got to keep them in the gym. That's the biggest thing.
There you go.
They get older, keep them working.
Yeah, that's a whole nother discussion about. Someday we're going to have a group chat here where we get on.
I'd love to.
Just talk about those kinds of things and. Single sport athlete versus 3-sport athlete, AAU versus high school, those kinds of things.
Yeah, I know. But I'm guessing we're in the same boat on AAU.
Yeah, we just had a discussion earlier.
I know
because there was something that came up. Jeff's on the advisory board, and there was a question that came up about the way we do things in North Dakota. But
we'll talk. We'll have a show about that sometime. I'd like to do that. All right, Jordan, congratulations. Good luck on Friday. We'll see you Friday night at the Cowboy Gymnasium.
We'll probably see you tomorrow, too.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
At the girls' game.
At the girls' game, all right. All right, Jordan Christensen. Next up, we're going to talk more basketball with Brian Watson coming up after this.
Current market prices, your tickets, and any essential information for your operation. Thanks for all your hard work.
Since 1987, Red River Valley and Western Railroad has served North Dakota and Minnesota with over 500 miles of track. Red River Valley and Western handles shipping, freight car repair, storage options, and now transload services. With over 30 years of experience in the railroad industry, they know dependable service is what you strive for. Red River Valley and Western is proud to be a part of the community since 1987.
Powerful and playful. Delicate and precise.
bold and carefree. It's the way you move, and it moves us. To deliver care for your whole family, to provide options beyond the expected, to help you leave pain in the past and find your way forward. Orthopedics and sports medicine at Sanford Health. Health lives here.
No matter what time of year, a farmer's relationship with Red River Grain Hefty Seed never changes. Red River Grain Hefty Seed works shoulder to shoulder with area farmers to attain the highest possible profit for you. Red River Grain Hefty Seed has been saving farmers money for years. For all your grain and agronomy needs, stop in or call the friendly staff at 643-3738 or visit them online at redrivergrain.com.
Is your athlete suffering from an ankle sprain or a hit to the head? Did you know that a chiropractic adjustment can decrease ankle swelling by half and get your athlete back to their sport quicker? Or dizziness, brain fog can come from a neck subluxation. With 20 years of chiropractic experience, Dr. Andrea at Hornstein Family Chiropractic knows personally how chiropractic adjustments can get you back to playing your sport in no time. Request an appointment online at hornsteinfamilychiropractic.com or call 701-672-1300.
Wahpeton Deli and Eatery, serving delicious deli staples paired with great service and friendly staff. They use the best ingredients and provide a great atmosphere. If you have an office party or an at-home celebration, Wahpeton Deli and Eatery can help with your next event. And now you can order online for in-store pickup. Check it out at wahpetondeliandeatery.com or call 642-3639.
No matter the time of year, there's never a bad time to get your ride sparkling at All Seasons Car Wash. Your ride deserves to shine all year round. We'll see you at All Seasons Car Wash.
Sometimes it's tough being a dad. Kids grow up fast. Hey, girls. Oh, love it.
Dad, what are you doing?
I'm TikToking.
Is he serious?
Don't even want me around anymore. You know when I first started noticing it? When I stopped getting hugs. Hugs mean a lot to a dad. So, with Command IQ, I found a way to get the hugs back. Watch.
Dad, the Wi-Fi is down.
Oh, let me see if I can fix it.
It's back. Thanks, Dad. You're the best.
With Command IQ, you can bring the hugs back.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of coverage options to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance. Contact your local Farmers Union Insurance agent today.
Farmers, be ready this planting season by contacting Yield Advantage for all your seed and planting equipment needs. They carry high-quality products from Precision Planting, Intelligent Ag, Copperhead Ag, Outback Wraps, Ware Parts LLC, Midwest Seed Genetics, and more. Yield Advantage can help your planter from basic service parts to liquid fertilizer setups. All of the latest technology and often significantly less than buying a new planter. Be ready to hit the field by contacting Yield Advantage, 218-517-7878, or online at yield-advantage.com.
A local insurance team ready to serve you. American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates, providing home, auto, life, farm, and business insurance. As residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be there for you, their trusted friends and neighbors. Together, they're building strong partnerships that help everyone succeed. American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates, a proud supporter of high school athletics.
And we hope to see you at American Family Insurance, Miller & Associates.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, and it's presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. Again, thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Joe Schreiner. Brian Watson over there behind the camera, pushing buttons behind the curtain.
Behind the curtain. I'm just going to assume everything's going okay. I don't have my headphones on.
I think we are, because I'm getting responses.
You are?
Yeah, I'm getting text messages.
Yeah,
so
but
the Butts family.
I can see what's going on. So
All right,
it's good. So you have some information.
I have
on
some
this,
information
on this whole
that
sweep
the
thing.
last time Breck swept was 2007 from the Butts family.
That was a long time ago, dude.
Yeah.
Those, like I said, it had to be before me.
And my son texted and said that he didn't remember a Breck sweep when he was going to high school here, and I think he graduated in, sorry, Adam, 01, 02 maybe?
Aged him a little bit there. I think I had a little echo there, but I think I fixed it. So.
Okay, good. So anyway, yeah, it looks like 2007 was the last Breck sweep from the Jason Butts.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, they earned it. I mean, they did. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So congratulations, and congratulations to them. All right, we're going to talk some Lady Husky basketball now with the head coach of the Lady Huskies, Brian Watson. B-Dub, one time through the Region 1 schedule. The Lady Huskies sitting at 1-5 and looking to improve it. But we've talked about the border battle already. Do you want to go back and talk about that anymore?
We can start wherever you want. We can start Oak Grove. We can go border battle. We can do whatever you want.
All right, so let's go back. We'll take a look at Oak Grove. And again, Oak Grove was a 10-point loss for the Lady Huskies there. And I know it was one you personally was hoping to get the W on.
I mean, I felt like we matched up pretty well with them.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we beat them twice last year. They had everybody back. You know, that's always an issue too. You know, and it was kind of, you know, the way things have gone for us this year. We led in that game early. Mm-hmm. I think we had a double-digit lead in that game, and then we had another quarter where we score, 6 points, and I think that's some of our issue. Okay, but we've got to be able to play a full basketball game. We've talked about that over and over again, and to Oak Grove's credit, they don't quit. Yeah. I talked to Coach Slider after the game. I said, your girls play hard. They play hard all the time. I had told them that last year, because they kind of had their head down a little bit. We beat them in the region tournament or whatever. But I told him last year, I said, your team really plays hard, and they battle to the end. It doesn't matter what the score is, and I think for them that's something that would pay off for them, and it has paid off for them this season. They're having a really good season. They're 500 in the region, and they're competitive. So it's a tough basketball team. I knew it would be a tough battle for us, and like I said, we had that one quarter where we only had 6 points, but then after the game you look at it and you go, hey, after the game you think that you played poorly, and then you look at some of the stats, and if you'd have told me after the game and said, hey, you know what, you're gonna make more 3-pointers than Oak Grove. You're gonna have 7 3-pointers, and Oak Grove's only gonna have 3. You're gonna shoot 30% from behind the 3-point line. You're going to have 24 points off turnovers, things like that. You're going to have 13.
And if I'd have said that to you, you'd have been happy with that.
Yeah, you're going to have 13 second chance points. Yeah, you're going to have 15 offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, things like that. And you're going to have 15 steals. I would be like, hey, we're gonna win that game. But no, we had that one quarter where we're just down. And our 2-point shooting isn't very good right now. We shot, from 2, we shot 32%. That's not good.
Nah.
We ended up shooting 31% for the game. They shot 47%. There's just little pieces that we have to clean up in order to be better, and in order to come out in the win column. We can't play mediocre basketball in Region 1. We just can't.
And that's what I was going to ask you too, but I was going to ask you later in the interview. But I'll ask you that question right now. Again, the Lady Huskies sitting at 1-5 in Region 1. The second round is coming, and we'll talk about your upcoming games here this weekend here also. But what do you got to do differently here in the second half of Region 1 season to get over the hump and get into that top half of the group?
It's a little bit about what Coach Ralph talked about. He said that, last night against Hillsborough, they didn't have any energy. And for us, there are times where we play with some good energy.
Absolutely.
We really do. Like you go back to the Four Winds game. In that third quarter, we came out, we played with some good energy. We were able to press and get some turnovers, turn that into points, things like that. We've got to be able to play with that energy the entire game.
Yeah.
It can't be Randy Moss. I play when I want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can't be that. It has to be, hey, we're out here to play. We're going to play with this energy the entire game. This is what we do. This is how we play. And we just have to be able to do that. And until we figure that out, we might struggle. But if we can, then yeah, I think that we can win some games. You know, I think if I told our team, I said if someone were to ask me today, hey, do you think you can make it to the state tournament? I'd be like, yeah, I do. I think that we can. Even though I have one win in the region, I believe that we can make it to the state tournament.
You match up pretty well with most of the other teams.
I think we do. There are some teams that maybe we don't match up 100%, but I think in our region, I think we match up pretty well.
I do too.
I think we outsize a lot of teams in our region, which we haven't been able to do for a while, but I think we do. Now we understand that some of our size is young, so that's something that's difficult to deal with. But I think that we can make it to the state tournament. You know, the way that things work, you know, we have to be able to win that first round region. That's because that's a loser out game, and then we have to figure out a way to win 2 games. You know, before you lose 2. So I do. I think that we have the ability to do it. I can say it all I want. You know, I can say it, but we have to go out and do it.
Get 4 quarters.
I think that if we play with the energy that we need to, we play team defense the way that we can at times. We've shown it. I think that we can.
All right, so now before we leave the Oak Grove game, I got to mention, and I'd be remiss without saying, one of the fan favorites and a great kid off the court too as well. Olivia Hanson got her first time on the court in probably over a year of basketball. So it was great to see Olivia come out there and get some time on the court.
Yeah, I think for her, I think she was a little bit nervous.
Oh, I'm sure.
Getting out there, you know, and we've talked about it for a while. She's kind of had clearance from the doctor a little bit to play a little bit here in practice, to play a little bit here in practice, and you know, I keep at her, okay, what can you do? You know what I mean? What will they let you do? And she's like, well, they'll let me do this. They'll let me play for 2 minutes in this game, and then Bones didn't want to let her play as much in the Breck game. I'm like, well, wait a minute. If she goes out and scores 20 points in the Oak Grove game, you're going to tell me that I can't play her in the Breck game? I'm like, Bones, come on now.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? Like for her, she just wanted to get on the floor and see what she can do. And I think, you know, to have her out there against Oak Grove was good. Relaxed her a little bit, and I think going into the Breck game, I think she was ready to go. I mean, she knocked down a big 3 in the Breck game.
I was just going to say, she got a nice 3 there in the game.
So first points of the year.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good.
First time in over a year. So again, we mentioned it when we had the Bogey interview. You thought in the post-game show that night, you thought that the 3 by Jonica Bernadas at the end of the third quarter was the turning point, and Bogey pretty much agreed with you too.
I mean, I think it was. I mean, we were rolling pretty good there. You know, we were down a little bit in that first half. I think we were down 6 at halftime, and you know, we started to play with some of that energy that we can play with, and then we were able to get the lead. And I think we went on like a 10 or 12 point run to get that lead by 4, and we were right where we wanted to be. You know, winding down to into the third quarter. You know, we kind of struggled with this all year, but everybody knows what I want, you know, with the time winding down. And it wasn't that possession. I think it was a possession before in there where the clock we were low in the clock, and we took an early shot.
Yep.
And then that kind of turned into them kind of getting something happened there where we had the ball out of bounds again, and then they fouled. And then, you know, we go down again. We're supposed to be a pretty good free throw shooting team. We missed both free throws.
Missed them both, yeah.
And that, you know, they get it and they go down the floor and they knock it in, and it just momentum is key in basketball. And we had the momentum, and then after that, at the end of the third, we lost momentum, and we weren't able to overcome that mentally.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, I'm sure that, you know, they're going to their bench. Oh, here we go. Let's go. We got it. We're down 1 now. You know, where our bench, they're coming to the bench and they're kind of got their heads down a little bit, you know, and whatever. And I'm like, hey, we're still ahead, but we weren't able to overcome that. And that was really the turning point in the game.
Yeah, and we talked about the the crowd size. We talked about the turnout for Carol Colby and all the fun stuff, how the girls worked hard. We talked about that already. Anything else you want to add there on the border battle?
I mean, kind of the same thing as the Oak Grove game. You know, if I were to tell you that we made more 3-pointers than Breck, I would be like, well, we win the game. Then we shot 40% from 3. They shot 25% from 3.
Wow.
And I'd be like, well, we win that game.
Yeah.
You know, but no, we didn't shoot it very well from 2. We're at 27% from 2. That's tough to swallow right there.
Yeah.
And we sent them to the free throw line too much. Same thing that we did with Oak Grove. We sent them to the free throw line too much. We were almost 0.90 points per possession. We were 0.87, but they were 1.05.
Wow.
You know, they're getting to the free throw line, so that adds to that. So, you know, again, we didn't do enough to win that game. We did not play a full basketball game. You know, we had another quarter, which happened to be the fourth quarter, where we're sub 10 points.
Yep.
You know, we're 9 points in that fourth quarter where we had 20 in the third. You know, we outscored them 20-13 in the third. So it's there. It's there for us to do, but we have to be able to be consistent with it.
Yep.
And until we can play with that energy for 4 quarters, you know, I think we're going to struggle. But we're going out west here, and I think, you know, we're going to get over some sickness, and hopefully we can get healthy here. And I think we can work on some things that will help us down the stretch here. Having these non-region games, you know, playing Breck, and now we get 2 non-region games back to back. I think that can help us here the second half of the region.
Yeah, you're going out to Region 4 and taking on Beulah. They're at 2-11, and then Standing Rock. I think I don't even know if
they're
they've
still
won
looking for their first win.
They
But
haven't even won a
again,
game
we can't look at teams like
that.
that.
No, you can't look at the records.
We can't look at teams by record, because I think later on in the season, I think teams are going to look at our record and go, I think we could take them, and I think that could be to our advantage.
Yeah.
So we can't go into those games thinking, well, it's a guaranteed win or something like that. We need to go into these games and figure out how to play 4 quarters of basketball. There's some things that we want to work on as far as, you know, offense, defense, you know, things as far as execution goes. We need to work on those things here as we go out west, and hopefully we can come out of these 2 games and play some good basketball here the second half of Region 1.
I know you don't like traveling in the cold weather, but it does give the team a chance to bond as a team, because sometimes, you know, staying in that hotel and that long bus ride is never fun either, but it does give them a chance to bond as a team and to get better. So hopefully that helps the girls in some way, shape, or form.
I mean, it's a part of high school basketball, right? Like, it's an experience. Like, you're going through this together as a team. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good, you know. But yeah, I mean, it's where you build memories, and I think, you know, when everything's said and done with your high school career, you're going to have memories that are going to last you a lifetime. And it really doesn't matter what your record is at the end of the day. It's the memories that you're going to create during that season. I have memories from my high school career that I won't forget. And, you know, we were good or whatever, but it really comes down to not what our record was. It comes down to the things that happened during that season that you'll just never forget. So,
Yep, that's true. And I'm sure sitting at home, Sir James Watson is probably tuned in, and he's got a smile on his face from some of those high school games that you played.
I've got some memories of him in the stands that I'll never forget. I can tell you that my senior night, my last game at my high school, I got some memories that I will not forget, dude.
That's cool.
So, yeah, it's pretty good.
Well, hopefully the girls can do that too. And when you come back after those 2 games, you're back to Region 1 competition. So put something together and make a run in the Region 1.
We're going to try.
Yeah.
Like I said, we're gonna try and put some things together, and hopefully we can improve our position and improve our seed going in the region tournament. And then once we're in the region tournament, we got to win that first game, and then we'll see what happens after that.
And go from there.
Yeah.
All right, BW, got anything else? We're going to come back with our Comdale Innovation Play of the Week, right?
Yeah, we can take a break, and then we'll come back, and we can do the Comdale Innovation Play of the Week. We can talk about the schedule for the rest of the week, too, as well, here in 3
All right, stay with us, folks. We'll be right back, and we'll have that Comdale Innovation Play of the Week coming up next.
Folks at Tyler Farm Supply understand that farming is hard work, and that's why they only offer durable and reliable short line farm equipment that you can depend on. Whether you're a small-scale farmer or manage a large operation, they have the tools that you need to get the job done quickly and efficiently. Plus, with their competitive pricing and financing options, Tyler Farm Supply makes it easy for you to get the equipment you need without breaking the bank. Give them a call today, 701-642-8827.
When challenging conditions arise, we don't back down. We up our game. We outpace the competition. Keep you ahead of adversity. We keep you equipped and bring you solutions that hit close to home. Channel leads the field so you can rise above. See how at channel.com/rise.
Make OSPTI your choice for outpatient rehabilitation and sports injuries with locations in Fergus Falls, Breckenridge, and Hankinson. Orthopedic and sports physical therapy is the right choice for your recovery. Live your best life. Trust the experts at OSPTI.
For 75 years, Corner Drug has been your trusted Health Mart pharmacy in Wapaton. As the prescription specialist, we're dedicated to your health. We provide immunizations to keep you safe, along with Health Pack compliance packaging for easy medication management. Plus, our medication synchronization ensures all your prescriptions are ready when you need them. Experience personalized care and expertise at Corner Drug, where your health is our priority.
Insurance is an important safety net for your family, your home, and your business. Carlson Family Insurance Agency is your local auto owner's insurance provider. At Carlson Family Insurance, they work for their clients, not the companies. Customer service and satisfaction is their #1 goal. Give Carlson Family Insurance a call for all of your personal, farm, business, and crop insurance needs. 701-672-6002 or at cfiagency.com. Carlson Family Insurance, your auto owner's insurance agent.
What would you...
Welcome back, everybody, to the Giants Coaches Show, presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. We want to thank all of our sponsors, too, as well, that make this possible. We went through the commercials here tonight. Also want to mention Gripper Sports in downtown Wapaton here. They got all your favorite team sports apparel. And everybody else. We just don't have a commercial for Gripper, but we appreciate all Gripper does for us at Three Borders Sports. But all of our sponsors, make sure you tell them thanks, because without them, we couldn't be doing this.
It really would be a little difficult to do without them. That's for sure.
All the time and effort and the equipment that we've got, and we just appreciate everybody's help, and we enjoy bringing the product to you, our fans. And so without you guys, we wouldn't be here either. So we appreciate everybody. And all the text messages I got tonight. And we do need to give a quick shout out also to Julie Malk, new grandma.
Grandma.
How about that?
Nana.
So grandma.
Yeah.
Julie Malk. So Craig and Julie brought into their daughter and her husband brought into the world Julie's first granddaughter. And I think she's expecting another one here in a couple of weeks. So I think her daughter Anna is expecting another grandbaby for the Malks.
I got 5, so.
You got 5?
Yeah.
I got 2.
It's a lot.
Yep, it is. All right, but it's a great time.
I feel old.
But it's a great time as a
it
grandparent.
is. My granddaughter's at a lot of the basketball games, so.
Yeah,
one of my granddaughters.
I think Emily took a nice picture and put it on Facebook of you sitting there eating popcorn with her. That's pretty cool.
She likes popcorn.
Well, so do you.
I do too, yeah.
You are a
she's bow-legged a little bit like me, pigeon-toed, I should say, like me. So, yeah, but it is what it is.
Well, let's see, what else we got coming up here this week? We got the Coaches Show out of the way.
We're busy. Like, we've had something every day this week.
Like I said, 23 events to start the month of January, and I think we're barely halfway through. But tomorrow night, I think you're going to be over in Breckenridge with me as the Cowgirls will take on Pelican Rapids.
Pelican Rapids, yeah.
And Yards will be on the camera. Then on Friday, we've got WAP Boys basketball in Beulah. So Noel will have that one all by himself.
Noel's gonna be by himself. We'll see how that goes.
Was he nervous last night about it?
I don't think he was.
No, I
don't know.
He'll
be fine.
He'll be all right.
Yeah.
And then I'll have the Breck
You guys
Boys.
can't call me though.
Huh?
I'll be on the road, so you guys can't call me.
No, you'll be playing a game probably.
I'll be in a game by then.
Yeah.
By the time he goes on the air.
Are you
so
on,
you guys can't call me.
Mountain Time out there?
No, we don't cross over.
Yep.
We don't cross over.
So you'll be playing then. Then I'll have the Breck boys in Pelican on Friday night. Then on Saturday, Noel and I will have the Saturday game between Wahpeton boys.
The Saturday
and
matinee.
Killdeer at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, Kildeer's pretty good.
So yeah, we've got another busy week here at Three Borders Sports Network. 5 nights in a row again. We had it last week, and then I think next week we start in on Tuesday, and then we got Friday, and then just a couple of games next week. So.
Maybe we get a little break.
Yeah. All right.
That's all right.
Now it's time for our Comdale Innovation Play of the Week. They can help you make your product faster and better with Comdale Innovation, and Carter Hansen and the crew out there. We appreciate their sponsorship as well. But
can we just say how difficult it was to come up with one play this week?
I'll tell you what.
Can we say that?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good.
Because we talked even about having 2 or possibly 3.
We did, but you know what? I had some stuff going on over here, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just do one. It was really hard. It was really hard to pick one.
Yeah.
It really was. But I feel like this was the most important one.
I kind of agree.
You know what I mean? Like, this was really important. Like, if this doesn't happen, then we don't get what we got.
And we've talked about all 3 plays that we talked about. We talked about all 3 plays with the coaches.
Yeah, we have
tonight.
talked about them, yeah.
So we have talked about how important they were in the games and stuff, but we did nail it down to 1.
I think this was the most important one.
All right.
So we say goodbye now?
I guess so.
Yeah, I guess so. You do your thing, and I'll do my thing over here.
All right, that's going to wrap it up here on the Giants Coaches Show, presented to you by Red River Communications and Cable Channel 28. Coming up next, right now, will be the Comdale Innovation Play of the Week, and we'll see you tomorrow night, folks, on Three Borders Sports Network. Here comes the Comdale Innovation Play of the Week.
Now the Cowboys need a 3. We'll see where they set it up. Is it Sanchez? Is it Gomez? Is it Krejci? There he is in the corner. That's their guy. Got it. We're tied.
Comdale Innovation is now hiring production technicians for a variety of shifts with opportunities to make $20 or more per hour. Work in a clean, climate-controlled facility. Second shift, 4 10-hour days, every weekend off, 3:30 p.m. to 2 a.m., and 4 crew rotation, straight days, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., or straight nights, 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Apply in person or online at ComdaleInnovation.com. Comdale Innovation of Wahpeton, an employee-owned company.
Abby Johnson with the home run, just about to stray away center field. Thank you.